The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, build life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight. The new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. It's your host.
Hey, good day to you, beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the new Black Wall Street as we bring to you the Money and Power Show. And we're going to welcome you to Wall Street this morning. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is The Study of Black Wealth. That book is a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way, but if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. You can grab your copy today by simply going to the website www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. It's available in ebook and also audiobook for your English, ebook and soft copy for English, ebook and audiobook for French, if you actually happen to speak French. So pick up your copy today. The link will be provided in the description. It's going to be above or below as well. Go ahead and get your copy today. Today's episode is being brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, which specializes in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art-inspired gifts. Now, you can find some pretty cool stuff, and we've added something that's essential at this point in time. It's high in demand, and that would be your mask, guys. Your masking and sanitizing you find right on our front page. If you need to pick you up something, guys, here's the deal, man. We got this stuff coming in for the community. If you need to order some, order some. I've been talking to nurses and doctors and all that stuff. They're like, we don't have supplies, so maybe you want to get some for them. It is what it is, guys. And so we can help us. That's what I do know. We can help and we can all do our part for all that we can do. I actually doing some donating as well of the masks to our frontliners, the people who really matter at this point in time, people who don't get paid enough. So try and do your part as well. I appreciate you. Come to the website at www.theblackbazaar.com, www.theblackbazaar.com. Pick up your supplies here today. I want you guys to remember this, that once you shop Black, you never go back. That's right, man. Once you shop Black, you never go back. Our other sponsor for today, Big Sis Media. Right, to be able to help you at all. It's a full-service creative design agency to help you with your most creative, most critical creative needs. They help power everything that I do, from our website to our trailers and all that stuff. I'm letting you guys know that you can trust Big Sis. Go ahead and check out our website at www.bigsismediagroup.com. www.bigsismediagroup.com. Make sure that you're not only just 2020 ready. Make sure that you're 2030 ready. You need to be looking ahead. Make sure that you're preparing for the future, and make sure that your business, your idea, anything that represents you is relevant and current. Relevant and current. Good morning to everybody that's here. Thanks so much for joining. While you guys are connecting, again, I want to welcome you to Wall Street. Go ahead and hit the like button, the share button if you care. Like button, share button if you care. And also let us know in the comments below where you're connecting from this morning. What city, what state, what country? What city, what state, what country? You're connecting with us here this morning. We're broadcasting across the World Wide Web. We're broadcasting across the World Wide Web. Okay. We're broadcasting across the World Wide Web here on Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube Live. And, right here from our studio here in Decatur, Georgia. And just let us know just how far we're reaching this morning. Just how far are we connecting using this World Wide Web to get this message out, which is free financial education. That's right, free financial education for the nation, man. Loki is in the house, man. Grand Rising to you, brother. Thanks so much for joining. Miss Vivian Reed, always showing up, always here. Appreciate you from Brooklyn, New York. So Markadoo here. Thanks so much for joining, man. Good morning to you, brother. Thanks so much for joining. Miss Tisha Benjamin out of Mississippi. Thanks so much for joining. Had a wonderful talk with you this morning. Fantastic. Love the work that you're doing. She's one that's on the front line. So, Tisha, if you need anything, make sure you inbox me. If I can do what I can. Right, I can't do everything on one man, but definitely want to make sure I can assist any way that I can. So just hit me up and let me know how I can assist you guys that are out there fighting for other people's lives while your life is in danger. We absolutely do salute all of our healthcare professionals, all of our medical professionals, all our nurses, our RNs, dentists, I don't know, people I don't know, because I don't really go to the hospital. I don't get sick much. But hey, I never know, just in case, But at any rate, we understand that you guys are the real heroes and the sheroes. So Tisha is there. I'm just going, if ain't nobody else said it to you, or your staff, or the people that you're connected to, or whatever, just let them know. ERGJ said, thank you for being my shero and hero. Okay. When I start thinking about stuff and I'll be like, man, why the heck is a quarterback making $31 billion, right, in a year, or signing a contract for $31 billion and they ain't saving no lives? They're just throwing the football. To me, I just don't get it. Right. I mean, we this time is showing, hopefully it's showing America and the world, right, who and what is really important. Right? When ish hit the fan, we begin to see who and what is really important. The thing is, when we come out of this, because we will come out, will we go back to valuing things that are less important than the things that really are important? We go back to spending our money in places that are less important than things that really are important. Are we going to go back to that? Revert back to what we know? More than likely, yes. Noah Cross is in the house, man. Thanks so much for joining. Mississippi, thanks so much. Good morning out of Louisville, Kentucky. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's right, man. Home of Muhammad Ali, Mr. Thomas Freeman. Thanks so much for joining. Atlanta, Georgia, and Arnold in the house. I have fantastic. Mount out delivering that chronicle. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. My pleasure, Queen. Thank you. Committed to serve. Absolutely. Now, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to start by paying homage to our ancestors. That's right, paying homage to our ancestors. And we do have an African-American Inventions That Changed the World. Comes out of this book here by Mr. Michael Carson, African-American Inventions That Changed the World. And today, we're covering a brother named Thomas Jennings. So Thomas Freeman, you got your surname here, Thomas Jennings. Let's find out what Thomas Jennings has done. So Thomas Jennings is the first African-American man to receive a U.S. patent. The very first African-American man to actually get a patent is Thomas Jennings. In 1821, everybody put it down, so 1821. That is literally almost 200 years ago. In 1821, he invented dry cleaning. Jennings was also inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2015. Now think about that. He did something in 1821. It took them almost 200 years to induct him into the Inventors Hall of Fame. He invented dry cleaning. A brother invented dry cleaning. I love it. So let's find out a little bit more about this invention. He began experimenting with different solutions and cleaning agents. He tested them on various fabrics until he found the right combination to effectively clean them. In 1821, Jennings invented a method called dry scouring, also known as dry cleaning. His method of cleaning garments with an organic solvent that doesn't include water has stood the test of time for past 2 centuries. The dry cleaning business continues to be the cornerstone of all neighborhoods in every major city worldwide. Jennings was also an abolitionist and an active leader in the community who worked for African-American civil rights. In 1854, his daughter, Elizabeth, was arrested and forcibly removed from a whites-only streetcar in New York City. Jennings helped arrange a legal defense for her and organize a movement against racial segregation on New York City public transportation. The case went to the Supreme Court, and she was defended by an attorney named Chester A. Arthur. Elizabeth won her case the following year in 1855. Her attorney, Chester A. Arthur, went on to become the 21st president of the United States. So Mr. Jennings, not only was he a businessman, and also an inventor of what we now know as dry cleaning, he was an abolitionist, which means he promoted the freedom of slavery, and he was an active leader in the community. He was into what we talk about, money and power. In 1821, Mr. Thomas Jennings, the first African-American to receive a U.S. patent for your invention of what we now know as dry cleaning, here today on the Money and Power Show. We put some respect on your name. That's right, man. We put some respect on this brother's name. That's what I'm talking about. Dallas is in the house. Thanks so much for joining. Isn't that something? What's going on with you, Gladys Chateau? That's what I'm talking about with Instagram. Yes, I sent my daughter some stuff to get her deployed for 2 weeks, and I'm not sure what the National Guards are giving her. All right, fantastic. Thomas Jennings in 1821 invented this thing called dry cleaning. Isn't that something? 1821, brother. but most of the cleaners are owned by, look at that. Like she said, but most of the cleaners, a black man invented dry cleaning, right? But most, not all, but most of the dry cleaning businesses are owned by Asians. That's a phenomenal, perspective. Isn't that something? Let me say that again for the people that a black man in 1821 invented what we now know as dry cleaning. And in 2020, most of the dry cleaning businesses are run and owned by Asians. Now, maybe because we didn't know this history, right? And if we knew this history, say, man, you know what? A black man invented it. Maybe let me try getting in the dry cleaning business, right? Now we might do a laundromat, right? I've seen some black. I'm not saying that. I'm pretty sure there's some black people that own dry cleaning businesses around somewhere. But generally speaking, every neighborhood I go into, it is an Asian, right? But if we know this history, especially during Black History Month, right? That's why we're gonna keep doing this. Then maybe we'd inspire one of our young bucks or young sisters or young ladies to say, you know what? I never would have thought about the dry cleaning business. But now that I know that a black man invented the dry cleaning, it might inspire me. Everybody putting console inspired. It might inspire me to look into that business. I'm not sure. What's going on, Gladys? How you doing, man? I know that's right. So very, very interesting, man. Good take on that, Miss Phyllis. Thanks so much. Which means he should have been a free man. Y'all gonna go. Y'all not gonna make me go there. Y'all are not gonna make me go there here this morning, man. So I appreciate you guys as well for all of that. Now, we're gonna do a quick little coronavirus update. Now, on today's show, we're gonna cover stocks and crypto. I'm gonna try to, if we have enough time, I'll try to get into crypto because I know some of you guys have been asking about Bitcoin and stuff like that. We'll take a look at it. I'm not gonna go into it too deep, but we will take a look at it. But let's do a quick little coronavirus update so you guys can see what's going on here. I think it's prudent for us to do this each and every day, just kind of see what's going on. So, coronavirus update here for you people. This is the World Health Organization, who is now reporting about 850,000 cases worldwide of confirmed cases, which means we still got a ways to go. 42,000 deaths thus far, and in 205 different countries. When we look at the map, this is very, very interesting to me because we see some areas that have really very minimal confirmed cases, i.e. Australia, i.e. Africa, i.e. South America, i.e. Canada, i.e. Greenland, i.e. Russia. Very few confirmed cases for those particular areas. Now, in between Canada, i.e. Mexico. Now, in between Canada and Mexico is this one country called the United States. And it seems to be more heavily impacted than the neighboring countries that it's connected to, which is Canada and Mexico. Mexico, let's see if I can see here. Mexico has only had confirmed, now I don't know if they're doing testing. I'm just saying, this is just strange to me. Like the virus is hopping around, okay? In Mexico, they're saying, man, we only got about 1,200 cases that have been confirmed. In Canada, only 9,000 confirmed cases, but United States is saying we got 137,000. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all didn't, let me repeat these numbers again. We are connected, right? Canada's north of United States of America. Mexico is south of the United States of America. Matter of fact, Canada or New York, and we look at this map real good, New York is a neighboring, pretty much a neighboring state to the Canadian border, right? Washington is a neighboring state to Canadian border. So Canada said, man, we confirmed from the World Health Organization 9,000 cases. Mexico, only 1,200 cases. But the country in between them has 137,000 cases. I'm just saying, something ain't right. Okay, and I don't know if good Lord is just, good Lord is punishing, the Sodom and Gomorrah of 2020 or not. I don't know, but the numbers just not making sense. And the spread of this global pandemic to travel across the water from China, Now look where China is, guys. China is not here. China is over here. Like you're saying, China is over here under Russia. China is not over here on the Atlantic Ocean coast. China is below Russia. Okay, I'm just saying. Can somebody help me? Please help me understand. So when we start having like intelligent conversations with each other, we start having not debates. I'm just asking the question: how did the virus, right, skip countries, get across the water to the United States with very minimal impact on United States neighboring countries, which would be Mexico and Canada? Somebody please help me. I'm stupid. I don't know nothing. I just want to know how that happened. How do y'all figure that happened? I mean, obviously we got what? We got the airports, right, which might have traveled from China to the United States, and we ain't closed no the airport. How many guys know the airport still is open, by the way? The airport's still open. The airport is still open. Does that make any sense? How many guys know the cruise lines or the ships, transport through ships is still open? It's still open. Does that make any sense? Doesn't make any sense. I'm just saying. Because that's really, to me, I don't know. That's really if we're saying quarantine for people, then the only way I'm not going to say the only way, but it makes sense that this virus must have came through air or water from people who are carrying it from another country, and then now it's got implanted in here if it wasn't just implanted in here by itself. I don't know. Help. Anybody got any answers? Huh? Any answers? I can't make this stuff up. Anyway, let's keep going. We're going to make you think a little bit. I know that's right. Let me order something from China then. Right? China got something in the water over there. So listen, let's take a look at another site. Again, I'm just trying to get people to think. I'm not going to say conspiracy theory and all this stuff. I don't need to do all that. The numbers speak for themselves. Numbers don't lie, right? People do. Now, we can fake numbers, and we can say this is not the right numbers. It's more deaths, all this stuff. We can do all that stuff. I'm just going to go by what they have presented to me, and I'm going to say, does this make any sense? Or is this like a little make you think, or make you ponder, make you wonder, make you want to holler? Make me want to holler? So this site here is an independent site. He's just trying to track the stuff that's being reported to CDC and World Health Organization, all that stuff. He's got 950,000. I think his site is probably more current than the World Health. World Health stops reporting at about 4 p.m. every day. So I don't know if his is just running consistently or currently or not. But as we look down by country again, guys, I just find this is what is really stands out to me is China. China had 82,000 cases confirmed. China had 3,500 deaths confirmed, but they saved 7,600 lives, which is about a 93% recovery rate. And they currently are only dealing with 2,500 active cases. Now, my thing is, okay, China seems to know what the heck they're doing. Okay? I mean, I don't know. When it comes to saving lives, I don't know about all these other departments, but when it comes to, okay, we're gonna save our people, it seems like they've done a pretty good job with all things considered. You're gonna lose, lives will be lost. Rest in heaven, rest in peace, right? But considering a pandemic, that's an epidemic that's running roughshod, I guess, just in the United States, but not the neighboring countries. I don't know. I'd be like, Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. Every time I try to call China, I get a beep every time. I mean, because I'm calling them. Hey, Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. Every time I call China to get some help on the coronavirus and what we should do or COVID-19, I get a click every time. And I believe that's what's happening to President Trump. I believe every time he calls China, he gets a click every time. Everybody play calls so click every time. See, this is what happens. in this thing called world domination. When you piss people off, they be like, well, we just can't help you no more. And what's very interesting though as well is when you look at it from the economic side, China's back in business. China's manufacturing. China's shipping out. China's sending me the masks. I'm like, shoot, we got some masks now. Where do you think they came from? They came from the people that know how to save their people. They came from the people who say, here's some stuff that we use, right, to protect our people, but our government got $1 trillion that they just created out of thin air, and it didn't go to getting some more masks. It didn't go to more ventilators. It didn't go to, sanitizer. It didn't go there. It went to the big businesses that keep getting bailed out by taxpayers' money, and then they're going to ask you to donate. Then they're going to ask you, right, to buy your own stuff. And they use your money to bail out these big. I mean, something is wrong. Something is wrong. I don't know. Corey, what's going on, Corey? New York is a tourist destination. Who vacations in Russia? New York is a tourist destination. I agree with that. I mean, New York. If I would have had the wherewithal, New York is where everything happens, right? If it's going to start or it's going to happen in the United States, it's going to start in New York, right? We saw that 9/11. Where was that? New York. It's nothing new under the sun, right? It's nothing new. New York, right? So if I were, if I wanted to, start something, you want to be starting something. If I wanted to start something in the United States, I started in New York, wouldn't you? I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying that somebody, did it on purpose or I don't know. But if I did want to start something on purpose, if that's where I would start, I'll start New York. Now, we understand it didn't start in New York. That's just one of the places. It started also, we got our real first taste of it in Washington, the state of Washington, which is on the other coast. But again, how are these two neighboring states that's on the Canada line, Canada border, right? Why don't we see more infection in Canada? Let's keep going. I'm just saying. Why don't we they both neighbor Canada? Why don't we see more in Canada? So we got, let me go back. So we got United States leading the way, 216 confirmed infections, right? Out of 216,000, we've got 5,100 that have passed away, but we got 8,800 that have recovered. So our recovery is getting better, right? We still got 202,000 active cases. Now here's the deal. We're going to do the math. Let me do the math, right? Everybody put it down, so do the math. If you were going to compare country to country, would you be comparing the United States to Italy or would you be comparing the United States to China? Does it make more sense, right? Does Italy have Italy had to call in Cuba for medical assistance, but United States is a first world country and China is a first world country. Italy is a third world country. Would you be comparing United States to Italy or would you be comparing United States to China? Right? So let's compare it to China. So if we say China, right, out of 76,552 divided by 82,412, that'll be a 93% recovery rate, right? So if I take this same number, 93%, and I multiply this into the 216 by the United States, because I'm going to assume that we're going to have very similar recovery rates, right? It's not a false assumption. It's not a bad assumption, right? You and I can choose as an analyst, just as somebody who analyzes data, you and I can choose to say, you know what? We're going to assume we're going to have, a recovery rate like Italy, who had to call in Cuba to try to get some help to fight this thing off, or we can assume we're going to compare apples to apples. Everybody putting down some apples to apples. And it's more likely that we'll be more like China because of our medical ability, because of our frontliners, all that stuff, than it would be Italy. Does that make sense? Am I making too much sense this morning? Hey, this is just data. This is the data that they gave us. Again, this data could be wrong, but I'm just going off the numbers that's been provided. So we'll take this 93% or 92.89%, and we're going to take the 200. What is it? See, some people y'all don't deal with numbers. So, but this is just raw data. This is like fourth grade stuff. take the 216,716 multiplied times 0.9289. So based upon the infections that's confirmed right now, and the recovery rate that our apples to apples country, which is China, has, United States should, in theory, right, have about 201,307 people recover from this infection. Now, what it also means is, based upon that infection rate, the infection and the mortality rate, that means that we should have. I'm sorry, let me go back again. 201. We should have about 15,000, right? 15,000 out of 325 million will probably pass away. Okay? Y'all, do I need to do that again? This is just math, right? Do the math. Anybody do it? Did y'all hear let me run through it again. If we compare apples to apples, right, which is a first world country, United States of America, with a first world country, China. China has a 93% recovery rate, which means they had and it does not mean that they have a 7% mortality rate, because they still got active cases. But we have 93% recovery rate for China. We use that same metric for our infections, confirmed infections for the United States current. That means that out of 216,000 that's been infected, we should see about 200,000 of those infections to actually have full recovery, which leaves about 15,000 that could pass away or may have extensive active, you know what I'm saying? They may be active longer or whatever it can be, because China isn't done. They're not in 2,700. Does that make sense? Right? Who's doing the math? So when I hear something like this, that's why you got to watch what you share. When I hear somebody share something and they're like, oh, we're expecting a 40%, you know what I'm saying, death rate. Where are you getting these numbers from? These people are not experts. They're just people to put on TV. They're people to put on in front of you for you to believe just because they got a white jacket on, they must be a doctor. Just because they said doctor on the TV, they must be a doctor. What kind of doctor? Where are y'all getting these numbers from? This is simple math. Right? This is simple math. But yet most people won't do the math themselves. They won't say, you know what, let me just look at the data myself, and that's okay. And they'll just take whatever's given to them, and they'll say that must be true. It's on the TV, so it must be true. It's on the internet, so it must be true. It's on Facebook, it must be true. It's on Instagram, it must be true. And then guess what they do? Guess what we do next, guys? We start sharing it. How many guys in the comments below, how many guys have been getting inboxes from people that ain't never inboxed you before into some video to try to prove what they believe to be true? How many guys got some of that in your inboxes? You're like, yeah, where you come from? Hey, see, you felt. I've been trying to help you make money. I've been selling stuff. I've been trying to stay in business this whole time. Not once have you tried to support me, but now you're trying to save me with your own belief. Huh? Am I the only one that's been getting inboxes from people I ain't heard from, and I ain't never heard from? Huh? Am I the only one? They ain't never attended none of my classes. They never come, you know what I'm saying, just show up to my shows. They never buy anything. They never actually help, but now they're just spreading some message that they hope I don't even know what they want to do, because they ain't got nothing better to do. They said, somebody said pass it along, so they figure I'm gonna pass it along. I must be in a minority. It must just be me. Must just be me. And copy and paste. I know that's right. That's what I'm talking about, Logan. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I'm not the okay. Yeah, I'm not the only one. Oh Lord. Okay, fantastic. Now let's keep going. So the only reason why I do this, guys, just so we can keep things in perspective, because most people just won't look at things with a sound mind and just say, you know what? Again, regardless of it's the correct data or not, this is the data that's been given to us that we could use to make get some educated understanding as it relates to raw data. Now, obviously, we still got a long way to go as far as full recovery or 93% recovery, 95% recovery, 90% recovery. We don't know. But if China did it, we can do it. Okay, if China did it, we can do it. So here's something else I thought was interesting. This popped up on my screen. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. This popped up on my screen today. And I thought this is very interesting. So let me read this for our Instagram people. So New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, pastored by Dr. Jamal Bryant, pastor, one of the famous pastors from Houses of Atlanta or something like that. Housewives of Atlanta, something like that. COVID-19 drive-through testing on Saturday and Sunday, April 4th through 5th. That's actually this weekend, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Assessment is $25, which is basically the questionnaire to see if you got, ask you if you got symptoms. You're going to pay $25 for that. Then if they determine, if they determine that you need, your symptoms or not, I don't know, is viable, then you can get a test for $125. It's about $150. Limited slots available at the Bell Life Family Center. Then they put in a little astronaut, a little reimbursement through insurance. You can register online. Donations are welcome. They're partnered with the DeKalb County of Georgia. They're partnered with the Oakhurst Medical Center, and they're partnered with a company called Roe. Now, I want to get you guys, because see, if I say something, I might get in trouble. But if I just take y'all comments, I might not get in trouble because I'm just reading what you guys put up. I just want to get y'all thoughts on it. Now, here's the other piece that I didn't grab, but they are taking volunteers, and they're going to train these volunteers today, which is Thursday, train the volunteers to assist in whatever way. I don't know if they're going to be handing out paper for people to fill out. I don't know if they're going to be like doing little, whatever. It's a drive-through, so I imagine they got to direct cars or something like that. Go here, go there. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're saying, hey, we're gonna take some volunteers and we'll train you on Thursday so we can be ready on Saturday. I feel some type of way about this. I feel a lot of different ways about this, but I want to take you guys' thoughts on this and see what you got. What you guys think about a drive-through testing, $25 assessment, $125 fee to take the test at a church, right? That's partnered with the county, partnered with the medical center, and partnered with Roe, which I don't know what that is, right? Here's the deal. I'm wondering, here's my first question. How y'all got tests and we still got medical centers that don't have tests? How that happen? How did y'all get tests when we got a whole bunch of medical centers across the country that don't have coronavirus tests? How that happen? That's my first question. So we got Instagram saying, hey, here's some thoughts here from Instagram. I'm not going to read that. Be sure to get COVID at a testing center. Get your COVID testing at COVID center. They're going to arbitrarily say, oh, 1 out of 5 is positive. Stay blowing my inbox up or respond to a business opportunity. Yeah, they don't, right? Right? Anybody else, right? Oh, Lord, that's the hustle. Uh-oh. Anybody else? They want to take your take again. If you're in the, in the Atlanta or Decatur, DeKalb County area, there's an opportunity for you, I guess. So yeah, I just want to get you. I wanted to share the news that it's out there, and then if y'all need to take advantage of it, you take advantage of it. Okay, so COVID-19 drive-through testing at a church. All right, doing something for the community. All right. That's the price. Is actually cheap. The test was $400 plus it keeps people away from the medical center. Okay, that's the thing. So it's cheap. The price is cheap. The test was $400. It keeps people away from the medical center. All right, fantastic. All right. Anybody else? Y'all got any take on it? Just let me know. I'll pop it up. I ain't saying nothing. All right, y'all don't get me in trouble. People sick from the food they eat after church. So this is just a drive, right? It's not going to be that they're having church service there, and obviously I don't think people get out of their car, right? So I guess everybody have on suits and masks, and they'd be looking like they real medical people, All right, so that's what's going on. Anyway, next subject. I just wanted to bring that up for you. I thought that was interesting. And then obviously I want to make sure that those are in the area. If that's what you want to go do, or you feeling like you got some stuff going on, here's a place where you can go get tested, I guess. All right, $25 for your assessment, $125 for the testing, and asterisk, it could be reimbursed through your insurance, but also asterisk, it could not be reimbursed by your insurance. Okay. All right, so here's the deal, guys. Take a look at the economy. Look at some news that you can use as we move into this wonderful, absolutely fantastic, this terrific Thursday. The market's rebound. That's a good thing. The futures is up. So although, wow, look at this. That's interesting. Although we are seeing doom and gloom as far as from a personal standpoint, a social standpoint, but the Wall Street ain't closing. Money is still flowing. And you got to ask yourself, is my money flowing? Money's still moving. So again, I tell people, let's have a dynamic look at this stuff. Not just look at this thing one way, because you could be a socialist and you're just concerned about the humanity. That's okay. But you know what? In order to take care of humanity, you're going to need some money. Okay? You try going out there saving the world with no money, see how far you get. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You go out there, try to save the world with no money. Right? I just want you to try for a week. Try for 2 days. See how far you get. See what kind of difference. I mean, I'm not gonna say you don't make a difference. You know, you can pray all day. Right? When they say, man, don't just pray for the hungry man, feed the hungry man. So you go out there, with best intentions, change the world, save the world with no money. See how far you get. And then come back to me and you leave me a progress report. I want to get a progress report. See how far you get, okay? That's what I want to just see how far you get with that methodology, okay? That's it. Because if you could do it for free, you wouldn't be charging $125 for a test. How about that? And they get money they get billions every week. I'm just saying. Don't shut me down because I'm preaching good. All right, so the market's rebound. I thought there was some interesting articles here. I did not see this one. This must be new. How COVID-19 could redefine labor in America, redefining labor. Yeah, what does that tell you? You know what it tells me? We understand what's coming down the pipe. Automation, robots, stuff like that. How it's redefining labor is going to lay some people off, and they're going to bring these robots in to do the work. Okay? Retailers furlough 500,000 Americans this week. Retailers are furloughing. It means that they're not firing them, but they're going to let them, leave of absence with no pay. And then when we get back running, we can come back. You come back and work this job. You come back and be a slave. Retailers furlough 500,000 Americans this week. 500,000. That's 500,000 people. Okay? Car sales are plunging in the United States. We know that ain't nobody out there buying no cars right now. They buying tissue. Right? We know they're buying toilet paper, buying sanitizer, buying masks. We know they ain't out there buying no cars right now. A wave of oil bankruptcies is on the way. I like this. I actually like this. I don't like that a company has to go out of business, but I understand that if a company goes out of business, somebody else is going to buy it up. And I got faith in big oil. Okay, I got faith in big oil. Short term, probably more long term faith than short term faith. But I believe the big oil companies will just buy up the small oil companies and keep building the empire of these bloodlines. If y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This stuff go way back, guys. This stuff go back hundreds and hundreds of years, guys. We just saw about 1821, the black man invented the dry cleaning. This stuff goes back centuries. Centuries it goes back. These big companies. Anyway, what else did I see that was interesting? How quickly can the U.S. bounce back? That depends. Zoom. We're going to cover Zoom tonight, matter of fact. I don't know if I'm going to do it public or not. You guys let me know. Should I do it public? I was thinking about doing just a presentation for the BBC, which is our membership club. But I don't know. What you guys think? What the BBC members say. If you're a BBC member, should we do tonight public, or should I just do it exclusive to BBC? How you guys feel? You guys feeling generous or not so much? Say, hey, man, they ain't paying. They're not helping make this thing, making the dream come true. I don't know. So I'll see what the BBC got to say. So Zoom, the video conferencing app. So this is an app that's being utilized a lot now, right? Fitness is going to virtual. They doing virtual, house tours and all this stuff. Everything is like we still got to connect with people, and one of the places that they're doing it through is through Zoom. So we're going to actually take a look at this overnight. Look at this, guys. British American Tobacco. British American Tobacco is trying to make a coronavirus vaccine. What the monkey? A tobacco company is trying to make a coronavirus vaccine. Okay, I don't know about what y'all think, but I think that's pretty damn ridiculous. So because it's ridiculous, and it came out on April 1st, and they say it's not an April Fool's joke, I'm actually going to come over here and look at this. Because this, do you want a tobacco company making a vaccine that you're going to put, they're going to put in your body?
Coronavirus. It's fast.
I mean, I already know,
joint enters in.
I already ain't taking no vaccine, but I'm just saying, a tobacco company is looking to make a vaccine. I can't make this stuff up, guys. Can't make this stuff up. Hey, Jennifer said, man, I think they're doing a good thing for the people community. Some people do not have medical insurance and it's being offered at lower cost. They're not being turned away because they do not have all the symptoms or the list like there are from medical institutions. They're doing more than others. They have free food drive for the last 2 to 3 weeks. They're using the resource to get people access to the test. All right, yeah, absolutely. Public, you guys say, okay. Open look into that this morning. Or we need to buy shares in that coronavirus. Well, you can't buy shares in the vaccine. You got to buy shares in the company that might make the vaccine. And it's a race. It's a race to who's going to actually make the vaccine, who's going to make a vaccine that works, and who's going to make it first. So you got a race going on right now, and British American Tobacco is saying we're going to get in that race. So the maker of Camel, the maker of Lucky Strike, the maker of Pall Mall cigarettes is trying his hand at a new product, the coronavirus vaccine. British American Tobacco said Wednesday that its biotech subsidiary Kentucky Bioprocessing is working on a potential vaccine for the novel coronavirus that can be produced in a lab-grown plants closely related to tobacco. I can't make this stuff up. The biotech firm, which helped develop an experimental Ebola treatment in 2014, joins dozens of other companies racing. As I said, it's a race. Everybody put it on, it's a race. Racing to develop a vaccine for COVID-19. Now, why are they racing to develop the vaccine? They're not racing to develop this vaccine because it's going to cure you. They're racing to make the vaccine because it's going to make them a whole lot of money. That's why they're racing. And we got to get this thing, we got to figure this thing out, whatever. They're racing because it's going to make them a whole lot of money. 200,000 some odd people infected, right? 200,000 vaccines or more. They're racing because they want you to be cured or healed. They're racing because it's going to make them a whole lot of money. Now think about this for a second. In the comments below, give me a number. Let's just take this. Let's take this for a second. We're gonna take what we just looked at. Right? Give me a number. If let's just say for the low side, if the assessment is 25 and the test is 125, how much is the vaccine? How much is the cure or the mask or whatever you want to call the vaccine? Because I don't think the vaccine cures you at all. But how much is let's call it a cure for today. Let's call it an antidote. How much is the vaccine? How much would the vaccine be? Huh? We're gonna take these numbers. I know a test is probably more expensive. I know an assessment is probably more expensive. But let's just say it's the new birth vaccine drive. Okay? If the test is 25, the assessment, just for them to look at just to see if you got, just to ask you if you got symptoms, it's gonna cost you $25. And then the test to see if you really do have it is $125. How much is it? And if you do have it, well, how much is it gonna cost you for the vaccine? Huh? How much? Anybody? It's a race. $10? $10? Nah, bro. You ain't get. They're not gonna lay on. They're not gonna heal you for $10. That ain't gonna happen. Maybe you missed a zero. I don't know. Cleaning crew said $450. Huh? Time to invest in companies that are in the race. Huh? Anybody? Give me a number. If the assessment, this is low numbers. This is like for the poor people numbers. This is for the poor number because we know that how many guys know that rich folk buy stuff that poor people can't afford. So they probably got a premium test. We're gonna call it this the regular unleaded test. It's the regular unleaded vaccine for the folk that can't afford the expensive stuff like a Magic Johnson. Okay, this is the common people cure. If you gotta pay $25 for the assessment, $125 for the test. Okay, how much is it gonna be if they actually find a cure for the common people? Because we know the rich folk got a different cure. Let's not act like we getting the same stuff the rich folk get. Okay, the rich folk that can afford the stuff, right? The rich folk that's telling us to donate, they not donating. I mean, I'm just saying. First thing you need to know, how much does it cost to make? No, you don't. That is irrelevant. It could cost them $5 to make the vaccine. How much does it cost to make a cigarette? We got a cigarette company looking to make a vaccine. It could cost them literally $5 to make the vaccine. How much it costs them to make is irrelevant when you start talking about supply and demand. When you start talking about something that people will perceive is something that can save their life, cost is no issue. Right? Cost is no issue. If this is going to save my life, I just did an assessment. I had to call. I think, right? So let me go get an assessment. I'm coughing. I fall and I can't get up. And then I'm gonna give you $125 because now I had a few cents. You take a test, and then you tell me, oh, we think you positive. And then now, fear, whatever I got to do to save my life, that's what I'm gonna do. And some people, they just say, I'm gonna go to the doctor. I'm gonna believe the doctor, and then the doctor gonna heal me. They don't go to Jesus. They don't go to God. So cost of how much it cost them to make it is irrelevant of what they were charging. That's a great question though, Loki. Because let me keep going. Because then we can say, okay, let's just say this. $330, over $1,000, $330, $2,000, $2,500, right? Oh, they receive treatment, not the cure? Probably. You'll have to have insurance in order to afford it. Not everybody. Most people, yeah. Fear cost. All right, so let's just go, y'all have the 1,000 for three. Let's just go with 1,500. Let's just go with 1,500 for giggles. So 1,500 plus 125, that's 1,625, 1,650. Now, let's just say 1,500. Let's go back to you, Loki. If it's 15, it don't even matter. They charging $1,500. Let's just say they're charging $1,500. How much do you think it actually going to cost them to actually make the vaccine? Per vial or whatever they use. They put it in a vial and then they put that thing, they press that thing and they shoot it in your arm into your bloodstream. How much would it cost? How much do you think it would have cost at the end of the day as they do all their research and development, right? How much do you think it will cost them? Let's just say $1,500 is the price. How much do you think it'll cost them at best or at most, right? $20. $20. Anybody else? How much? Yeah, she said 30 cents. How much? $25. Something like that, right? We don't know. We're just having a conversation about money on the Money and Power show, and we just happen to be talking about healthcare in this arena, right? So then you say, let's just say 15. Let's just go with $50. We're gonna go with $50. Okay? $50. Right? $50. That's, what is that, over 3,000%? Something like that? 3,000%? If they charge $1,500 and it only takes them $50 to make, and okay, 3,000%? 3,000%. Now let's just do it again. Let's just say, okay, instead of doing the percentage, let's say, okay, that's $1,450 profit. times, simple math, times, let me go back, 1450 profit times 200,000 people, right? Right? We said 200,000 times 200,000. No, 1450. Let me clear this out. 1450 times 200,000. That's $290 million. That's 200. That's on the low end. If that's potentially $290 million in a quarter, because we're talking about probably a 3-month time frame, a 3-month time span. So don't you think they care about you getting healed? They care if it even works. Don't you think they care if they don't care? What they say, they want to get something that beats everybody else so they can push this thing to market, have everybody believing whatever they believe because they don't care about it either, as long as you use their product. As long as they get you and not you, because what's it going to cost you? It's not going to cost you $1,500. It's going to cost you your copay, probably, possibly, if you got insurance, cost you $250, $500, I don't know, whatever that is that you got worked out with your medical plan, if you got one. But look how much they're going to make. Now, let's take this a step further. So I'm just being, so the church gets paid. Let's just be real. The church gets paid some cut off of the $450 that come through. Those other organizations that are partnered with the church get paid, right? Georgia, the Cobb County, right? That medical center and that other partner, the Pro, they get paid. Then, and then whoever wins the race gets paid, right? But you and I, we pay. See, when you start studying money, it's just another way to look at life. You start like, wait, you about to get basically 300 million in 3 months off of this thing. And that's not even saying that it's going to work. Now, here's the interesting thing. Here's one last thing I want to say. If it's that much money in it, but we just see our apple to apple China has only got 2,500 cases left. Did China have to create a vaccine? Like what? Wait a second. What happened to those 72,000 people who got healed in China? Did they need a race to create a vaccine that would boost the healthcare industry and all of that stuff to record highs? Did they need a vaccine? I don't know whether they did or not. I'm just saying, if they got 72,000, if they got a 93% recovery rate, that tells us that either a vaccine is already out or they're using some method to help their people get healed, recover. Am I lying or am I lying? They did something. I don't know what it is. Maybe they did a vaccine and they already got a vaccine. Maybe they didn't. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Money's in the sickness, not the cure. Again, we're talking about a race to a vaccine for this pandemic. But we have a country that's already shown that they know how to combat this thing, that they have a success rate in combating this thing, that they have a 93% recovery rate, that they only got 2,500 people left that are dealing with this thing. But we're racing for a vaccine. Did China have a vaccine to get through they 72,000 people? Huh? Is that what China did? Or that's just what America is going to do? Or is that just what big pharmaceutical companies are going to do? And now we got a tobacco company get into the not that they just get into it, but a subsidiary of a tobacco company is looking to create a vaccine to put in your arm and to make you believe that that's going to help you. I can't make this stuff up. Somebody help me understand. You know what I do? I just ask. And I be like, God, you said ask and receive. You said search, look, seek, and you shall find. I'm just looking for some answers. I'm just looking for some answers. Does that make sense to anybody? It's the money game. They're not telling the truth about that. May be true. They may not be telling the truth. I surmise that they may not be telling the truth about the numbers. I'm just going with what they've given us and just using logic based off what I have. We can surmise and theorize about everything else, but I say I'm gonna go with what they gave me, and even what they gave me not making sense. So Lord knows that they're exasperating numbers and not providing all the numbers or whatever case may be. What they have given me doesn't make sense. So shoot, what they not giving me probably ain't gonna make sense either. So China's population diet is totally different than America's, so they can play a factor. That can play a factor in how fast they recover. Their diet is different, right? What are you guys doing about your diet? You still eating the same foods you were eating 3 weeks ago? And if so, was that good for your body? Is that going to help you fight? Is that going to play? I'll tell you, I was drinking some. What was I drinking in the morning? For real, I ain't playing. I don't know what y'all going to do, but I ain't playing with them. They not sticking nothing in me. So I was on this morning. Lemon, ginger, honey crystals. Right? Lemon, ginger, honey crystals. I was on this morning. Sipping my tea. I'm gonna keep liquefied up alkaline water all day long. Honey, thanks so much. My honey got me some honey. Right? Got me some honey. I'm almost done. This is like a week. I gotta go get some more honey. I'm not playing. I don't know what y'all gonna do. I don't know if y'all gonna keep eating how y'all been eating. If that was good for you or not, I'm not playing. Right? They not finna stick nothing in me. Okay? I'm playing defense. Hopefully you are too. Because y'all can see what's coming down the pipe. Y'all know it's all. Listen, I'm sorry to tell you this, but let me whisper it in your ear. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about keeping you sick and broke, which makes you dependent on them. If you've lived this life for 30, 40, 50 years and you ain't figured that out yet, you ain't figured out that they want to make sure that the rich continue to rule over the poor, that they are your lenders, which means that they're your masters and you're their slave because you're their borrowers. If you haven't figured that out by now, well, I hope that you now have a clue. Okay? A clue. You're glad it's changed? All right, fantastic. In the comments below, share one thing that you changed over the past 3 weeks, whether it be your physical diet that you're eating or whether it be maybe your mental diet, something that you're reading. What have you changed in the past 3 weeks that you can say has been progress, it's been better for you? You say, man, you know what? This time has caused me to think about some things about my life, and here's what I've changed deliberately. And, for the past 3 weeks, which is about 21 days, I say about take 21 days to create a habit, right? Did you start saving money? Did you start putting some money away, right? Did you start eating healthier? Did you sacrifice some foods? Not maybe because you didn't necessarily want to, but you just can't get them anymore for right now. What have you changed for the better, for your life, for your health, for your wealth in the past 3 weeks? Put that in the comments below. What have you changed in your life? Right? Because if you are not concerned about your life, believe me, not many other, people are, but you need to be concerned. You need to be numero uno concerned about you. It's all about the money, for the love of money. Exercise. Thomas Free said, I'll put in the exercise. This is why Brother Mark do. We got to bring that exercise back, man. I'm telling you, it's time, brother. It's time. Walking a mile a day. Started writing 2 books. Fantastic. Anybody else? Come on now. We're not gonna end this on no negative note. And it's not negative. We just sharing. I don't even know if we're sharing the truth. I mean, who knows? We're just sharing, thinking and saying, asking questions and talking. We having a family discussion. We're having a village talk, right? What have you changed for the better the past 3 weeks? That's better. That's good for your life, right? I eat more healthier. I read more per day. I write my journal more. Anybody else? Come on now. We're having a praise party up in here. We're gonna end this thing on a good note. Sharing information, right? Getting the message out. Anybody else? Matter of fact, Brother Mark, I'm glad you said that. I almost forgot. Got to make sure we let people know what we got going on today while you guys are typing. Let's see if I can find it real quick. My bad. Let me pull this thing up for you. All right. So Brother Markadu is here. And for you guys that don't know, we are actually, one of the things that we're doing today is we're actually giving away free food, free produce, free fresh produce. I know bananas will be on the truck. I'm not quite sure what else will be on the truck. But last time we had bananas, we had grapes. Last week we had bananas and grapes, lettuce. We had okra, string. What else did we have, Jen? We had okra, string beans. What else did we have, Jen? I got some Nutri-Grain bars. We had some cereal. Anybody? What else did we have, Jen? What else did we have? Cabbage, I don't know. Squash, right? So we're doing it again this week. Now, here's the deal, guys. I'm not quite sure where you are. I know all you guys are different states. But this is something that we're starting, and we want to hopefully build a model that we can actually help, because it's going from farm to straight from the farm. We're bypassing the farmer's market. We're bypassing Walmart. We're bypassing all that stuff. We are the supply chain, going straight from the farm to the house. And all we got to do is get people to pick it up. Now, here's the interesting thing. Although we're giving away free food, we still need donations. Why? Because we have to bear the burden of getting the truck and getting the food to the people. They can come pick it up, but we're actually taking donations, okay? So if you're a person that's out there saying, you know what, these brothers, even though they might be in Decatur, Georgia, and that's a black neighborhood, by the way, y'all want to make a contribution just to help, even if it's $1, $5, or whatever, I'll leave my Cash App or just inbox us at ERGJ Enterprises and, make a donation so this could be the starting point of all achievement across the country. Because we got other farmers, black farmers, we got Atlanta Harvest down here, but I know that y'all got places in y'all area that we can create the same model somewhere else, where you just say, you know what, every week we're going over here and we're going to actually support the farmers who make the food without the pesticides, with all the stuff they spray on it. We get it fresh, even though we might not necessarily have a garden in our backyard. We go there and get it fresh, and then we can do what we need to do with it, refrigerate and all that stuff. Bring your coolers, right? Bring your bags, because we don't have shopping bags. That's where it's going to be. So the location is Heavenly Body Products. That's 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. It's today from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got people in Atlanta that you know, friends, family, in-laws, outlaws, it don't matter. Make sure that you tell them, go down and get you some food. Free food, right? It's going to be, now here's the shame. It's going to be a shame if we have anything left in that truck, that 15-foot truck that we're getting, and we're trying to give food away. Now, of course, we're going to try to feed the homeless that's in the area, but we're only so many people, right? Tell your friends, your in-laws, your outlaws, come on down. Free, fresh produce. We do ask that if you have it, if you're able to give $1, $5, $10, whatever, right, that you do so, right? Because this is what the village is about. This is how we roll. Okay? This is how we operate. Okay? What's going on, man? So, utilizing more resources? Absolutely. Your daughter's exercising more, creating new recipes and content for your channel? Absolutely. Cleaning crew, what do you do, by the way? I guess you clean some, I don't know what you do. You got new recipes, so it's not like you cook, but you recipe, right? Teaching more online, learning more about the fragrance industry. Okay, okra. We had okra, lettuce, grapes, greens, squash, bananas, and parsley last week, right? Not quite sure what we're going to have this week because we're going to find out a little pomegranates and carrots last week, right? All right. At the same time, you can see the warehouse as well, okay? So again, this is what we do. This is a collaboration, right, for people that are actually in the Black Billionaires Club. This is what we do. We've come together for such a time as this. Everybody put it down. So for such a time as this. We've come together for such a time as this. Matter of fact, many of us have actually been preparing. Our whole lives, we've been reading the Bible, going to church, preparing for such a time as this. This is not the time for fear. It's the time to be bold as a lion. Okay? It's the time to be bold as a lion. And ask yourself, am I my brother's keeper? Am I my sister's keeper? If so, you know what to do. If so, you know what to do. All right? So again, guys, inbox me or whatever. I guess I can put it up. I'm not really good at this stuff. I just try to let people know what's going on. And sometimes I forget stuff. But if you want to, I guess if you want to Cash App, if you got Cash App, you can Cash App you can Cash App the site, the name, right? ERGJ Enterprises, right? ERGJ Enterprises. You want to Cash App, you want to make a donation. Maybe you're not in this city. You say, man, you know what? I can send $1. I can send $5. I can send $10. Whatever. Right, just put it in the notes, donation, right? That way we can make sure that the driver, gets paid for his time, right? That we can pay for the truck to rent, right? And we can pay the farmer, right, for producing, and then we can do it again next week. Just that simple, okay? Right? Just that simple. Love you hard. Make sure you spread the word, right? If you're in Atlanta, you got people in Atlanta, spread the word today, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? Free fresh produce. Let me go back again. Last week we had okra, lettuce, greens, grapes, squash, bananas, parsley, pomegranate, carrots, and they didn't do a good job of marketing, so a lot of that stuff went bad. A lot of stuff went bad. We wanted to give it all away. All of it got to be gone. All of it got to go. Okay? It got to go. All right, beautiful people, man. This is the Money and Power Show. And I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator. Welcome you to Wall Street. I want to say thanks so much for taking the time to be with us here today. As I mentioned, if you do, find in your heart, if you feel perplexed to do so, just know that it's going towards doing something. Nothing wrong with praying. It's cool. Pray for us, right, while we're out, making a difference. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what you're going to do. And we are active. We are results-oriented people. We do stuff. We're faith with works, right? And that brings about outcome. That brings about change. That brings about saved lives, all that good stuff as well. I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we are actually all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We'll see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.